Hey there everybody, welcome to Hack That Funnel Radio. Thank you for being here. Today we have a really interesting topic. I got back from OfferLab. Now OfferLab is a private, exclusive program created by Stephen Larsen, and he teaches a lot of cool stuff in 2 days, and then he has a third asset day where you get to go and create a whole bunch of assets for your business. This is one of the coolest events that you can possibly get into, and it's an amazing product. But there was one takeaway, just one, that just blew my socks off, and it's one of the reasons that I actually got into this idea of podcasting. So I want to talk to you about what this holy crap moment is, this secret traffic method used by Stephen Larsen in order to make millions. And right before we get in, I want to make sure that you're involved in the contest. Right now we're running a contest for somebody to get a ticket to Funnel Hacking Live in January. And the way this is going to work is that you need to, number one, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. So if you're on iTunes or if you're on Google Play or somewhere else, make sure you go to YouTube, go to Hack That Funnel Radio and subscribe and leave a comment somewhere on one of the videos. Let me know that you are there. I'm going to be adding up all of the comments, all of the subscribers, and then if you want to get one more additional point, what I want you to do is go to www.hackthatfunnelradio.com and sign up as a member. When you do that, you're going to get a whole bunch of free bonuses, but I'll also put one extra tally next to your name, so that way you have 2 registrations for the program instead of 1. I have spent the last 5 years building hundreds of marketing funnels and systems for over 100 clients, and I can tell you, most of you are skipping the most important part of the funnel build. There is a secret step-by-step blueprint that makes every sales funnel profitable. What is it? That is the question, and this podcast is the answer. My name is Ben Moote, and this is Hack That Funnel Radio. So first off, I can't give away a whole bunch of secrets and things that Stephen Larsen teaches at OfferLab. I cannot do that. But what I can give you is a couple of golden nuggets that did really blow my socks off. You know, I've been in this funnel game for a while now. It's been 5 years, and I built over 350 funnels and done all sorts of stuff. Like, I think I know the game well. But literally what he said in one sentence redefined everything. So we're sitting down at this event, and I raised my hand, which you get to do because it's a kind of a smaller event. I raised my hand and I said, so just a quick question, how are you getting traffic to XYZ offer? Like, are you running Facebook ads? Is it YouTube ads? Like, where are you doing a lot of this? Like, how is it working? Because you're talking a lot about publishing. He goes, well, that's where I get most of my traffic. Well, how many Facebook ads do you run? He goes, really not all that much. You get it from publishing? You know, it's really funny because that XYZ offer has hit $1 million now, I think, at this point. And if not, it's extremely close. It's in the 700 grand easy. And it is doing extremely well. And the only traffic he's running to it mainly is from his podcast, maybe his blog. This is crazy. So there are a couple things that are at play here. And the first one is a study that was done by the Wall Street Journal in which they said, businesses, do you want to know where your buyers are? They're on podcasts. Now, why is that? In Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets book, he talks about how people usually are not wanting to better themselves. It's very rare that you find somebody who's trying to better themselves constantly. And if you do find that person, that's an easy sale. But trying to find somebody who's like that isn't very good. So you don't want to be an improvement offer. You want to be a new offer. That is the goal. But what if there was a way in order to tap into this special pool of those people who actually want to be better? That pool is podcasting. And if you can create a podcast that has a story that resonates and you're able to start getting people en masse to move in this podcast, the podcast takes care of itself. Remember back in the day when blogging was the big thing and everyone was like, well, yeah, I have a blog and it makes me a whole bunch of money. And then there was Google slapping and all these SEO changes and all these people who have been building blogs for forever are still doing really well. But newcomers is really hard. Blogs used to be the thing back in the day. Podcasts are that thing today. Now, it's not a guarantee. I'm not promising that. But what I am telling you is that podcasts are a lot better than a blog. Oh, a lot better than a blog. Now, the cool thing too is if you're really good at video, you can take the video and turn it into a YouTube video at the same time. And you know what? You're learning 2 skills at the same time, and as long as you have an animated voice, it's not totally boring to listen to, the podcast is going to do okay. That is what's really, really cool here is you can work if you want multiple systems at once. And when you get this machine up and going, you can literally record a video in front of your, you can record in front of your video camera and take the audio, strip it out, make it the podcast audio, and then take the words, run it through something like rev.com or have it go through somebody who will transcribe it, and then literally turn it into your blog. You got 3 assets from one piece of work. That, my friends, is what you call a content machine. That is what Stephen Larsen is doing. So honestly, it's not as simple as podcasting. There are a whole bunch of things that are coming into Stephen Larsen's content machine. This is how he's making it work. This is how he's making his engine hum. And now it's not just writing a podcast. It's really not that simple. There are a couple of main pieces you want to hit in order to make sure that this podcast resonates. Stephen Larsen teaches a lot of this at his OfferMind event and OfferLab and a couple of different places, but this is kind of a general summary for you to be able to learn. This is how you actually find a market that is ready for you. Now, Russell Brunson will teach you to go find a red market, but what does a red market mean? A red market is a place that matches a whole bunch of criteria, which you can learn from Stephen Larsen, such as there are customers that currently hate the product. They're the diehards who absolutely love it. There's some people who are having some success, and then there are people who actually hate the product entirely. And if you can hook into those haters and be able to give them something, those are people who are actively looking for something that could work. That's one criteria to look at in your red ocean. Another criteria is to look at your competitors' content machines. Are they creating a lot of distraction in the market? Are they creating a lot of ways to connect with them? Are they giving a lot of status? Are they giving them the shirts to wear? Are they giving them, what are they doing? Okay, and are there ways to be able to give them a work reward? Like there are specific pieces. Stephen Larsen teaches this in full. I'm literally just going through this really quick. There's one thing that overrules all of this, and I'm going to turn to that really quick. There need to be conflicting beliefs inside of the marketplace. There needs to be a lot of different products that are all rising up and trying to be the one. There needs to be a lot of C-level influencers, but really there needs to be a way for them to turn somebody who is cold into a buyer. Now, this is really hard to do. You think it's simple, but it's not. If there's an industry that is able to take somebody who is cold, somebody who only knows that the only issue they have is the issue. They have no idea of any problems whatsoever. So if they need to make money quick and they don't know how to do it, they need to be able to find a way to be able to do that. That is the answer. They need to be able to sell to that person. So you need to be able to find something that sells to cold. Now you can look for kind of a semi-red ocean that hasn't already begun to sell to cold people, that isn't just saying, do you have this problem? We have the answer. But it's not really a sure foundation, because if they can't branch that, if they can't bridge it, then there is not a real good way for them to be able to make money in long term. Let me give you a couple of examples of systems that are doing that really well. Number one, there are some pain supplements that are doing extremely well. Are you in pain? Here's how to fix it. It's just pain, solution. That's it. Not a lot of customer education really required, although it's provided on that page. Pain, solution, done. Now, there are other industries online, like you want to make money online. Beautiful. Online biz ops. Okay. All I needed to know was that I need to make money online. That's there. I don't need a huge bridge. Oh, okay. Got it. And I just jump in. Another example of this is MLM, and this is an amazing example because MLM does a really good job of selling to people who are cold. You can say all you want about the negatives of MLM or the positives of MLM. What MLM does well is it finds somebody who just wants to make money and finds a way to sell them an opportunity to sell all their friends and family. Magically. It's a way that it just works. And so, yeah, that's a very red ocean. And so if you wanted to build a product, that's a place to do it. This is how you define this, because once you find this red ocean, once you find this place that is just begging to be able to have an answer, there are things that they just hate about this industry. There are things that they want to be able to do that the industry doesn't let them do. There are dogmas in the industry that have been taught for so long that they're not working anymore. And they're able to sell to a really cold audience. If you can find that ocean, that red ocean, where everybody's hurting, all you have to do is throw rocks at it. You know, I made this work. You know, why did you have to do that? I don't have to. Just throw rocks into the pond. Make all the fish unhappy. Guess where they go? They go where the waters are a little more blue. And that is you. But you have to start throwing the rocks. Now, if you can start throwing rocks in a nice, semi-nice, ethical way. Do that on your podcast and then start to load up JVs. This is the way to do it. Now on this podcast, how do you start to load up all these JVs? How do you do that? A JV, by the way, if you don't know it, is a joint venture partner. This is just somebody who's going to be willing to be able to push your product that you're trying to create. So create a JV relationship. Create a relationship with somebody who has a big list. That's your goal. Find those people. How do you do that? Well, crazy enough, you have this thing called a podcast, and you're able to do something really popular called interviews. So you do this interview and it becomes the foundation on a relationship that you can now use to build your entire business. You use that relationship, you give, you serve, you provide, and then you have a JV partner who you can launch with a product, your podcast, everything. Everything can start to take off. That is how a publishing machine can work correctly. And once again, it's more than just the podcast when you get it humming. It can be a podcast, it can be a YouTube channel, it can be a blog, it can be all those things. That is the secret machine that Stephen Larsen is using. And Stephen Larsen is using it in a couple of different places. He's using it in the MLM industry with Secret MLM Hacks Radio, and he's using it with sales funnels, with Sales Funnel Radio. He has these two things, and he spends a lot of money keeping these two content engines working because they are the main source of all of his leads and how he makes his business work. So what does this mean for you? What it means is that there is a way for you to get started without having tons of money, but it does require you to take action. Now, as a quick get started tip, I use Libsyn for all of my podcasting. I absolutely love Libsyn. If you're just getting started, hop on Libsyn. It will show you how to do everything really quite simple, not too complicated. Way to just get your podcast out there, but make sure you hit the prerequisites we talked about in this video. And if you're going to create a YouTube channel, I suggest you go and check out a good friend of mine named Anthony Ambrose, who's been helping me a lot at Video Creator Secrets. You can find his YouTube channel here. He is awesome and he helps so much. His checklist is the most helpful piece ever and it's free, so I highly recommend you go check that out. So that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it made sense. What I want you to do really quick is make sure that you leave a comment, leave a review, and let me know what your thoughts are, because we are doing this contest for the Funnel Hacking Live ticket. I want to make sure one lucky person gets it. I hope that that gets to be you. Sweet, awesome sauce. I hope you found something in this episode that made your mind explode. Now, would you like to take it to the next level? What if I give you the keys to the funnel hacking kingdom? What I want to give you is my Master Pack 5-day training for free. All you have to do is go to hackthatfunnelradio.com, put in your email, submit, and you will get my Funnel Hacking Master Pack right now, 100% free. It will teach you what to hack, where to hack, how to hack, and when to hack. All you have to do is go to hackthatfunnelradio.com and get it now. hackthatfunnelradio.com.